morning, campers. We're going to talk about celibacy today as well. A few days ago, I've done a video full on deep dive into the topic of celibacy in context of divine feminine and divine masculine, spiritual awakening, journey towards your divinity. And I've covered a lot of topics in there, so you can go ahead and watch that for context. And I've mentioned in this video very briefly that this journey is different for men and women, although both, if you truly are on your journey of spiritual awakening and divinity, you will hit that point that you will love yourself and your body enough to actually embark on a journey of celibacy, whether that's conscious in the sense of I am in celibacy, or you just refuse to be with anyone who is not your true soul connection. Men and women experience it differently, and I wanted to sort of address that topic a little bit more and talk about it more. So today we're going to talk about why men and women go through this differently and experience the celibacy differently, and also what you can do to handle it better and to actually use it for your growth. So if you are a man, a soul in a male vessel, and you are on a journey of spirituality, whether that's a divine journey, twin flame journey, or you are simply someone who awakened, who started loving yourself more, working on yourself, and you reach that point that you really don't want to connect with anyone who isn't your counterpart, who isn't someone that you share love, commitment, partnership with in a beautiful soul-based relationship, but you sometimes struggle, this video is definitely for you. So let's give it a go. I want to start from explaining the difference between the life force energy, the divine energy that is birth at the base of our spine, that is the energy that connects us to the divine. We call it Kundalini. I always explain to you guys, my belief is that it is so different. It performs differently, it has a different function, it acts differently, it moves differently through our body for men and for women, that it should have a different name. For men, I call it Satori awakening, and I want to explain how exactly it's different. So when we talk about Kundalini in a female vessel for feminines, when that energy awakens, it really represents everything that feminine energy is. It cannot be rushed. It cannot be directed. It has its own pace. It has its own direction and trajectory. It moves sort of in a serpent-like, this is why it's presented as a serpent. It moves in a serpent-like movements. It goes back, it goes in, it goes out. It's a spiral. It is nothing but linear. It is unpredictable. It is focusing on actually removing everything that is linearity, the illusion of linear time. This is why we say that divine feminists, we exist in 4D constantly. We operate as a bridge between the worlds because we in our divine feminine have the capacity to detach from the linearity of time. We understand that life is a spiral, right? And this energy moves through our body, and the process of awakening is a process. It takes time. We have to learn to work with this energy I wanted to say to direct this energy, but it's not really it. We go with it. We're not women who have Kundalini. We're Kundalini who have women. Similarly, like I explained to you guys, we're not women who have wombs. We're wombs who have women. It's the womb and it's the Kundalini that directs our awakening, our movement. And the whole point of the journey of divine feminine, of awakening, is to tapping into that energy. Whereas the masculine energy has a very much poof, linear kind of a movement. Obviously, it also connects to all energy points, and it also flows through your body. But ultimately, this is why the infamous symbol that is for whatever reason used in pharmacology, that you have the wand and you have the serpent, right? um it's the Ida and Pingala. It's the Kundalini and the Satori. It's the masculine and it's the feminine, right? This is why in context of divine journey, twin flame journey, we go through this experience in a very drastic and profound way, in a very sort of extreme way. So it's beautifully seen on our example how it happens. The masculines, although that they go through journey of mental awakening, healing, realizations, it is not until their satori when they actually walk through the veil, and it literally can happen from one day to another, because this energy also represents the movement of their life force. Remember that the energy of the feminine, it's very still, it's very it's receiving, it's existing on in all dimension, but in the physical it exists in stillness, so it sort of coils around, whereas masculine is the one that creates direction, creates forward movement. His energy is very forceful, it's very powerful. So this, in the same way that energy, that force energy that is created in our sacral, it's more of a flow for the feminine. It's more of a forceful, really brutal forward movement for the masculines. And what I also want to mention to you, and this is the reason why it's a little bit easier for the feminists, because when that energy awakens within us, we sort of understand that it goes towards so many directions. And one of the direction is inwards towards God, towards the connection with the divine, with the universe, because we are the portal to the divine. We are the portal to the spirit realm. We sit on that portal, literally, which is our womb. And because of the flow of the masculine and feminine energy that I also explained to you guys in my previous videos, you can find information about it on my website in Divine Love section as well. The flow between the masculine and the feminine is that us women, we give through our heart, so that life force energy that we create, that we alchemize, everything that we have to give, to offer, we give it through our heart. The external portal is the portal of the heart, whereas for men, they receive through their hearts and they give through our sacral, right? This is how the flow goes. We give through our heart, they receive through the heart, they ground it into the physical plane, and they give it through the sacral to us. We receive it and then we raise it to the level of the heart. It's a process and a flow that can happen internally with your inner masculine and inner feminine, and in divine union externally with your partner, with your divine partner, as masculine and feminine energy. So because we give from our heart, we have the natural capacity to raise this creative, sexual, forceful life energy to the level of the heart and give it through the frequency of the heart, which is softness, which is kindness, which is love, which is compassion, which is acts of service, which is being there for others. So we have this natural capacity for the alchemy of that. And because as well in our divinity, women are very sensual creatures and our body is our temple, we have the capacity, as we start to love ourselves and worship ourselves and recognize our worthiness, to sort of move with this flow internally. Right? We don't have that much of a need to externalize it, because we sit in that stillness, we sit in that receptiveness in the physical world. We're not much of a doers, right? And we don't have the energy, the strong need to externalize and do something with that energy that exists within our masculines. Our masculines do have the natural need to externalize that energy, because they are very much anchored in the physical world. They are the creators of the physical world. They are the architects of the physical world. They know it, they feel it. So they have this need to move with that energy, right? there's a whole aspect of this, the divinity and celibacy and all the topics that I've mentioned, that goes back to the illusion of the matrix. And I don't want to go there, because if you know me, if you watch me, you know it's a rabbit hole. And it really gets me going. But there's actually a, we live in a system that creates an illusion how we should perform as men and women, especially when it comes to sexuality as well. And that illusion is specifically designed to block the nature of our true life force sexual energy. This is why there's so much shame and guilt imposed on women in the system, and there's so much superficiality and shallowness attached to the understanding of a real man and a true macho, right? So they, if you think about this, they disconnect us exactly from the place that is our receiving center. So the system disconnects men from the heart, which is how they receive everything. And they disconnect us women from our wombs and from our yonis and from our sexuality, which is where we receive and where we create. So those 2 points that are such important points in the flow of divinity, they completely disconnect us from it. So now let's break down. If you are that man, that you reached a point, a beautiful point in life, when you said to yourself, enough is enough. Again, whether you are on a twin flame journey and you're in this moment that you know that your feminine is your feminine, you know that she is the love of all your lifetimes, you know that she is your ultimate partner, that you were meant to be together in this life, and you do not want to be with any other woman anymore. You feel like you've cleared all your karma. It's time, but you're not yet ready. So you know that you have to wait a little bit longer. There's certain things that need to happen. Maybe you haven't went through your full-on awakening just yet. You don't feel the readiness to slowly return. Although I always say that if a man on a divine journey, twin flame journey, reaches a moment when he does not want to be with any other women, it means that you've paid all the karma. And if you've paid all the karma, it means that union is near. So you will most probably very soon reach a point where you will actually break no contact and reach out to your feminine, because the willingness to live in celibacy, it's a sign that you are ready. One of the signs that you are ready. But aside of twin flame journey, if you are someone, if you're a man that you've been on this journey of self-improvement, self-work, spirituality, and you finally understand what that meaning of life. Again, you can go ahead and watch that video that I posted a few days ago, and also I've captured some things in the caption to learn a little bit about it. But you've reached that point and it's like, you know what, I do not want to connect with any other woman. I feel like I have the need. I feel like I have this, I have this energy to give away, but I don't want to do that. It just makes me feel more empty. It just makes me feel less divine, which is, again, a beautiful moment. I want to give you 3 ways how you can learn to work with this energy to actually go deeper on your journey of spirituality. Why is it shaking? Sign, and make it a little bit easier for you. So the key is to learn to direct this energy. And there's one important illusion of the matrix that I want to as well address, because this one is important for this context. When we talk about men and sexuality, we never talk about this aspect of worthiness. So women, oftentimes, we are being taught, granted, it's mainly from a perspective of shame and guilt, but we are being taught to be careful, right? Choose that man carefully, because you are really allowing him in your energy, because there can be consequences of those actions. Women should respect themselves, and as well, and again, sometimes this is a message that is really passed on in a beautiful divine way, but oftentimes it's more like shaming, it's more like numbing that sexuality. But either way, we do sit in that feeling that what we have in terms of our body and sexuality is something that should be cherished, and be careful who you give it to, right? There is this popular belief where it's non-existent for men. Men are being taught to be shallow, to be superficial. Yeah, you are that macho, go ahead, and the more women you can conquer, the better. It's this very shallow level, toxic, distorted masculine energy. So usually there's zero conversation around masculinity and men and sexuality, that you deserve more, dude, that you're worthy as well, that your body as well is a temple. Your body is a sacred vessel that holds the frequency of your eternal soul. You too deserve to be with somebody who loves you, who will hold that heart. Remember, you receive from your heart. You deserve a woman that will see you for who you are, that will love you with your light, with your shadows, that will hold the heart space, the beautiful, gooey, deep, amazing, loving heart space that you have. You deserve that. And that's the first thing that we need to power through, understanding that what you were taught about masculinity is most probably toxic and distorted. No, you are not worth more the more women you have. No, you prove absolutely nothing by how many women you've conquered, because of all of these women were karmic connections. True men understand that the only thing you need to conquer is that one woman, is your true divine feminine, the one that will hold space for you, that will hold your heart, that will be your divine partner for this lifetime, if not for all the others. So it's really addressing the do you really understand that? Do you really understand, and do you really feel worthy to understand that yes, there may be urges within you, yes, there may be needs within you, but these are needs of your body, because what your soul needs is that connection as well, is that divine connection. So the first thing that I want you to start doing, the moment you feel this energy is rising, the moment you feel that there's tension around your sacral, and it's another illusion that men are, it's very sad, but you don't sometimes realize how much this distorted patriarchy is destroying your true energy as well. It's an illusion that patriarchy is against women and it favors men, but it's just an illusion, because it favors men in their shallow, distorted, toxic energy. It doesn't favor true manhood, right? So true manhood is not about disconnecting yourself from your heart. It's not disconnecting yourself from God. It's not disconnecting yourself from your emotions and from your femininity. You don't only exist to perform. You don't only exist to give something. You don't only exist to, basically it's that, to use this energy that way. This is your life force energy. There are a variety of ways how you can use it for your benefit. So right to it, because I'm rambling around, but this is all important. First thing is, when that energy is rising, first thing that you can do with that energy is raise it to the level of your heart. The system disconnects men from heart, from emotions, from feelings. The distorted patriarchy tells you that everything that is above here, so the heart, the emotion, the feelings, it's feminine, it's gooey, and it's ridiculous, and it's blah, right? Which is a lie, because this is actually how you connect to the divine, right? So a very powerful practice for men is to raise this energy to the level of the heart. So what does it actually mean, and how do you actually do it? There are a variety of ways that you can do it. I am a firm believer in visualization and contemplation and meditation. So what I actually want you to do when you feel that energy, that urge that is building up, you do not have to externalize this energy. You do not have to give anything away to this energy, conquer anything, conquer anyone, right? You do not have to even on your own get rid of that energy. take that energy and internalize it, use it internally, raise it to the level of your heart. So what you're going to do, I'm actually thinking now that we can do this together in one of my Masculines Mondays. So if you're into that, definitely follow and come back on Mondays. We always do masculine topics, masculine energy. So what I want you to do is, if you have the time, if it's not something very urgent, I'll tell you in a moment how to do this in any shape and form and in any way. I want you to just sit down, whatever's comfortable for you. You can lay down as well, although for this specific thing, sitting up in a cross-leg position or on a chair, or just like I'm sitting now, but more sort of a straight, it kind of centralizes that channel of energy, it straightens that channel of energy. And I just want you to visualize this energy. This energy is created in your sacral space, which is naturally, it's when we talk about chakras and energy points, it's color orange, right? It's water energy. It's the fire is your solar plexus, but the sacral is water energy, and it's orange color. So I want you to just imagine this energy, this force, this desire, as that burning orange ball of light, right? And in your mind's eye, what you're going to do, you're going to raise it. You're going to literally, in your imagination, imagine that you're raising it to the level of your heart, and you will use your breath with it. So you will literally breathe up, trying to lift it to the level of the heart. And as it lifts, you're going to visualize how it's changing from color orange to color green, which is the color of your heart. You're going to focus on your heart space as well. And you're going to turn it into, you're going to create that flow. Remember what I mentioned? You can go ahead to my website and read about that flow. There's a video linked on my website as well where I explain it in detail. But what we want to do is we want to move it from the masculine energy, where you're creating your life force, masculine energy in your sacral space, in your hara, to the heart, which is the feminine. So from visualizing how you externalize this energy with a woman, and your imagination with that woman, how you could actually want to externalize that energy, if you know what I mean, I want you to start just imagining what exists on the level of the heart. So move this energy to the frequency of love, of tenderness. And if there's an actual woman on your mind, so if you're divine masculine and twin flame journey, you're connected to a divine feminine, use her for that exercise. If you're not on a twin flame journey, even if we've never met our destined soulmates, we're always connected to them through golden threads of love. So this person is somewhere out there. If you've never seen her yet, if you haven't met her yet, she is out there looking for you as well. So visualize her as energy. If you don't know how she looks like, don't go there. Visualize her as energy, although our actual type is usually a blueprint of our soul, remembering how our soulmate will look like, but it's a whole different topic. So visualize her as an energy. If you're on a twin flame journey, you know how she looks like. So you can visualize her in front of you. And what I want you to do is just to use this energy to create that heart space exchange. You can literally feel your heart to her heart, that green thread connecting your hearts, and focus that life force energy, sensual energy on acts that are more love, tenderness, holding her hand, holding her face, touching her hair, kissing her, something that will be more on a level of that feminine softness. And together, and if you are on a true divine journey, she will know. At this level, she will know, and she will come to you energetically. Her higher self is always with you, but the actual divine feminine, when our men are ready to step into the journey of celibacy, we are very deeply connected in ourselves. We would have walked this path for years at this point, and we're telepathically connected. So call her in to help you. She will help you to change that energy that wants to give, that wants to move, that wants to action, into something that is soft, that is caring, that is beautiful, that is on that frequency of love, forgiveness, compassion, softness. She will help you do that. If you find yourself in a moment that you don't have the space to go into meditation, and just set your space as well. So some soft music, right? So more water kind of energy, emotional kind of a music. Set your space for that. Romantic. Think romance, heart romance, not action, right? If you find yourself any place, you can do this always. You can literally close your eyes for a couple of seconds and imagine this energy rising to the level of the heart. And that's it. It's a practice. You have to practice. Next thing that you can do when that energy is rising is actually externalize it in a way that you would want to externalize it, but without a partner in the physical that's a random partner that is not your divine feminine, but with yourself, which is something that you most surely do quite often. But how I want you to change that practice is to actually start preparing for how sexuality and intimacy looks like for the divines. Because with your true divine feminine woman, your intimacy will never be just doing it. It will always be tantric, because tantra is nothing but introducing spirit into something. So if you're in a relationship with your counterpart, divine counterpart, higher soulmate, twin soul, and you are both already mature, spiritually awakened, your intimacy is always tantric. By default, it's natural because you bring in spirit into that action. So as you do it with yourself, introduce frequency of self-love, of worthiness, of celebration, of tantra, of releasing shame. So don't just do it in a shower. Don't just do it before you go to bed. Make it a ritual. Again, if you're there, I assure you your feminine is doing it already. Make it a ritual. Light up candles. Do some self-massage. Invite the energetic imprint of your feminine into the room so she can guide you through this process. Stop and remove that thinking that is just about release, that is just about giving something. But this is your raw, sacred, golden juice of life. It deserves a ceremony. It deserves a tantric ceremony in a freaking temple of love, right? So do it that way. And through that, it will also help to teach you that self-worth, self-love, and also raising it to the level of the heart. And remember that Tantra is not just about the destination, it's about the journey. So there may be moments that you won't actually finish per se, but you will manage maybe in those moments to pleasure yourself in different ways through that touch, through the presence of your feminine, through activating your own inner feminine within, through self-massage, through music, through different types of stimulation. And maybe at the end you will actually learn to raise that fully to the level of the heart without just getting rid of that energy, but holding it for yourself. And the final way, what you can do with this energy is to externalize it, but not in a way of intimacy or sexuality, but take that energy and understand that this is your life force energy. It's not just about sex. So now you can go ahead and actually do what you are designed to do. Create this physical world, move in this physical world. Men are very active creatures. You are here to build, to create. So go out there, go to the gym, go for a run, go build something. You are natural builders. Whatever is it that flows your boat. Paint your walls, build a cabinet, learn a skill with your hands that actually links, start a garden, whatever that is. But send that energy to work, to purpose, to passion, to physical expression of who you really are. actually an amazing way to connect to your purpose as well, because our beautiful divine masculines, you also have your mission here in this life. The missions of the feminines are always more spiritual and more deep. We are spiritual teachers, we are shamans, we're medicine women, right? We are mothers, we are educators. Men, you exist more on the level of building, because you're builders of the physical world, right? So you, again, it's the illusion of the matrix that stuck you on that desk job, and that can also be building and creating something. But men are natural builders. You love building. So whatever floats your boat, be a Noah and go and build that house for her already. Whatever, you know what I mean? Build something, do something with this energy. And again, you can also just, have a hobby. You can go for a run, build a sandcastle if you live near the beach. Do something with your physical body, with your hands, that will shift that energy to what you're actually made for. Creating things in the physical, grounding things into existence. Such a powerful energy for the masculines to. You can also create that flow with the feminine within you internally, your inner feminine, and also your feminine. You can ask for guidance and for meditation in the meditation, because it's actually how it happens. The feminine is the creatrix. She is responsible for creating everything, every idea, everything in the spirit realm. Your inner feminine as well, the idea, the spark, the initiation, and then you have to trust it, you have to take it. So when you feel that energy is rising, close your eyes, connect to your inner feminine, connect to your actual feminine, and what I could do with it, baby. Tell me, let me know what I could do with it. And then when you hear that voice, when you feel that inspiration, listen to it, trust it. It will teach you that flow as well. Trust it and take that energy, and whatever that is, don't negotiate, don't question, don't shame it. Take it, trust it, and do it. If she tells you to build a cabinet, build a cabinet. If she tells you to grow some tomatoes, grow some tomatoes. If she tells you to go for a run, go for a run. Chop some wood, chop some wood. Do what she tells you to do. Your inner feminine in connection with your actual external divine feminine. And it will teach you to use that energy for what, again, you are actually made of, to be the architect of this world, to be the builder of this world. Extremely long video, but to whomever it is needed, I believe it will find you. I'm sending you lots of love, lots of positive energy. My feminine energy is always with my beautiful divine masculines. If you're still here, please like, share, comment, follow for more. Definitely come back. Maybe not next Monday, because this Monday we're going to do a reading. But the following Monday, I'm going to design this beautiful healing session that will teach you to raise that energy to the level of the heart and work with that energy. So we're going to do this together. And yeah, that's it. I hope it was helpful, and I hope you have an amazing day.